Hey guys, JB Fluellen here, Titan Real Estate Team, eXp Realty, and we are back again. We're going to dive a little deeper into negotiating in a real estate transaction. And we're going to kind of cover the basics today. We're not going to try to get too specific because each situation can require, a very lengthy explanation, but there are some basics in terms of negotiating that are pretty universal that you can use pretty much in any situation, especially when it comes to like repairs or price or like in our market, we're negotiating closing costs right now. So these are pretty universal when it comes to that. So the first thing you guys want to try to identify is what is it that you're actually negotiating? Because sometimes when we get stuck as realtors, we get stuck as, oh, well, it's all about price. Well, it may not be all about price. It's just, we haven't asked the right questions, and so be clear on what the objectives are in terms of what each party is wanting. So secondly, we need to assess what it is that is important to each party. So it may not always be price. It may be that they need closing costs. It may need that they need a certain amount in repairs. So be clear on what that focus is. Thirdly, continue to ask questions and funnel it down to the basic, most important thing that the other party is wanting. And so by continuing to ask questions, we're not revealing our position. We're trying to get the other party to just continue to speak on what it is that they're actually wanting. Because if we start just spouting out, we're only going to do this and we're not moving anywhere from that, well, that's no longer negotiating. That's dictating the flow of the situation. And then what'll happen is the other party's going to get defensive. I hear this quite often. You hear, well, it's just principle. It's just the principle of it at this point. We no longer care about negotiating anymore. It's all about principle. Well, what are we doing here then? Why are we even having a negotiating conversation? So that's important to figure out, by continuing to ask those questions. And then, lastly, solidify the compromise. Okay, if you get this, then do we have a deal? And then once you kind of get to that, negotiations are over. So you may, as the one negotiating, you may not have to really negotiate at all if the other party continues to talk and reveals their position and constantly is saying, well, this is what's most important. We've answered all of your questions, and at the end of the day, like if we can just get this, then we're good. Because it could possibly be that they are actually giving you less than what you would say you would actually do. So once you kind of reach that stopping point, so let's say we can't come to a compromise, you get to a point where you're close, then you can say, well, okay, well, if you guys are willing to come to this point in our negotiation, then we've got a deal. And maybe that's enough conversation to where, everybody's happy. So that's exactly what I would do step by step. It's pretty general, but if you guys are watching this and you want me to go into something a little more tactical, you can always reach out to me. All my information is on this website. So again, I'm JP Fluellen, talking about negotiating at eXp Realty, Titan Real Estate Team. Catch you on the next one.